Welcome to the International CTeen Solidarity for Israel conference call. Please welcome our MC for tonight, Rabbi Shneur Hecht from Brisbane, Australia.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you all for joining in. Right here, right now, together, we stand as one, the power of youth, 1,000 Jewish teenagers and rabbis standing together. Each of you individually and together as a whole, we are sending a powerful message that we care, we empathize, and we want to make a difference. The situation in Israel yet again is a trying one, with Jewish blood flowing in the streets. But remember, don't ever underestimate what each one of us can accomplish. While our brothers in Israel are standing strong physically, we being strong spiritually gives them the strength they need. My dear brothers and sisters, my CTeen family, we will hear and be inspired by some very special individuals, including our very own CTeen leaders who find themselves right now in the Holy Land, the land of Israel. But first, it is my privilege to introduce you to the chairman of the International Conference of Chabad Lubavitch Emissaries and vice chairman of Merkaz L'Inyanei Chinuch, and chairman of CTeen. He traveled the globe establishing Chabad centers and CTeen chapters. Please join me in welcoming Rabbi Moshe Kedlarsky.
Thank you, Rabbi Hecht. Good night, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. We are joined together with teens from all four corners of the world. Here in New York, sunset is long behind us, and for some of you it is late evening and even early morning. This is what we will accomplish with this call. We will transform the darkest night into morning. The situation in Israel is heartening. Tens of children were orphaned during the past 2 weeks, their parents slaughtered by raging terrorists before their very eyes. A bloody trail now leads to the sacred site where our people have congregated for thousands of years. But these brutal acts of terror will not break our spirit. We stand together stronger than ever before. United together, we will illuminate the cloud of darkness that has afflicted our dear brethren in the Holy Land. We'll transform night into a bright tomorrow for all of Am Yisrael. A month ago on Rosh Hashanah, we ushered in a new Jewish year. This year is unique because it is that of only occurs once in 7 years, a year of Hakel. Hakel was observed once in 7 years when the entire nations gathered in the holy temple to hear from the king himself and to instill enthusiasm and vitality in their adherence to Torah and mitzvot. While we do not fight with AK-47, our strength is in adding another mitzvah. Our might is by inviting a friend to a Torah class. We bring light into this world through random acts of kindness and unified prayer. On that note, it is my pleasure and great honor to introduce Asaf Vindish of CTeen's Caesarea, Israel. You can follow along with the Hebrew and English of the psalm by looking at the last post on CTeen's Instagram and FB page. Lots of luck to all of you, and may we have peace in Israel, peace in the world, and may we merit the coming of Mashiach Tzidkenu, the righteous Messiah, speedily in our day.
Dear CTeen family, your getting together for the sake of Am Israel in Eretz Israel is heartwarming. Last year, at the CTeen Shabbaton, I took upon myself to say every day the daily Tehillim. Please join me with saying Tehillim למען Am Israel. שיר המעלות ממעמקים קראתיך אדוני. אדוני שמע בקולי, תהיינה אוזניך קשובות לכל תחנוני. אם עוונות ישמוריה, אדוני מי יעמוד? כי עמך סליחה למען תברא. קיוויתי אדוני קיוותה נפשי ולדברו אוכלתי. נפשי לאדוני משומרים לבוקר, שומרים לבוקר. יחל ישראל אל אדוני כי עם אדוני חסד והרבה מופתות. והוא יפדה את ישראל מכל עוונותיו.
Thank you, Asaf of CTeen Kasaria, and thank you to Maisha for sharing those inspiring words and for giving so much support to the CTeen family wherever they are. When we think about the power and energy we have, as teenagers, we have the unique ability to positively influence our surroundings and friends. To address this important topic, I would like to introduce a dynamic international lecturer and speaker, the Rabbi of Mill Hill Synagogue in Great Britain. Please welcome Rabbi Yitzchak Shachat.
A new kind of terror is sweeping through Israel. An unprecedented method of striking fear into every Jewish heart is consuming the daily lives of Israeli citizens. Random attacks, unprovoked stabbings, driving cars into bus stops. No one can predict that the supposedly innocent pedestrian is going to suddenly pull out a 7-inch blade and proceed to attack everyone in his path. No one can foretell a seemingly innocent young lady is going to suddenly reach for a soldier's gun and try to shoot everyone around her. No one can envisage that the presumed harmless kids standing on the roadside are going to suddenly grab bricks and start stoning cars driving by. In the past week alone, there have been numerous deaths and many more injured. From the young couple killed in front of their children to a 65-year-old man run over en route to his synagogue, everyone in Israel is walking with trepidation. Were this to happen in any other democratic country, there would be public outcry and condemnation from the world. But alas, in the case of Israel, the world remains silent. Some even have the chutzpah to actually blame Israel. The media reports Palestinians being shot, downplaying if not outright ignoring the fact that they just perpetrated a heinous crime. And we wonder, what can we do? I am but a mere teenager thousands of miles away. What sort of difference can I make? The fact is, you can make a world of difference, literally. Don't shy from the critics in school. Don't cower from the bullies on Facebook or Twitter. Be prepared to stand up for Israel. Hold your head high as a Jew. Familiarize yourself with the truth and share it throughout. The only response for us is to stand up and tell the world, with every ugly protest you hold condemning Israel, while simultaneously throwing stones at Jews, we stand that much straighter. With every anti-Semitic, ignorant, malign hashtag you tweet, we wave our banner of pride that much higher. With every demonstration, every savage attack, with every lie fabricated on Facebook and every abuse, we are that much prouder that we belong to a religion, to a nation, to a belief system, where our optimism replaces pessimism and our faith exceeds our fears. And there's something more you can do. Do a mitzvah. Find something in your life that you could do extra for the sake of our brothers and sisters in Israel, to fill in Shabbat candles or whatever it is that speaks to your soul. Do it with Israel in mind. Don't underestimate its power. The spiritual energy can ripple right across the world. Remember, they might wretchedly attack, pitifully fire, and tragically kill, and we shed a tear and we cry, but they will never, ever break our spirit, because there is a hero inside each and every one of us that feels and senses and knows that Am Yisrael Chai, we, the Jewish people, have, are, and will always prevail.
Thank you, Rabbi Shachat. From England to our holy land, Eretz Yisrael, we will now hear from Gary Friedlander, who served as a CTeen leader in Alpharetta, Georgia, and he has been serving in the Israeli army for the past 2 years. He was also a contributing writer to the CTeen Connection magazine. Gary?
Hey, my name is Gary Friedlander. I'm a CTeen alumni from Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm now currently living in Israel and serving in the IDF. And as many of you know right now, the situation in Israel hasn't exactly been the most pleasant. And I know there's a helpless feeling from people living outside of Israel. What can they do? How can they help out? And I know over here, I can help out physically, but I'd like to tell you guys what you could do to help out spiritually. And I think that's really coming together as a Jewish nation, doing mitzvot, helping one another, loving one another. One thing I noticed a lot here in Israel is when terror strikes, the nation comes together. everyone comes together, helps out one another, and helps out the soldiers, donations, everything, davening, mitzvot. And I think that's something you guys can also do in America, is come together as a Jewish nation and do mitzvot and do anything you can that you think that can help out Israel. I know I want to share with you guys a personal experience of mine from when I was a CTeen leader, when I flew from Atlanta, Georgia up to New York for a CTeen Shabbat for the seminars. One thing I really noticed was seeing Jews from all over the world with all different types of backgrounds coming together and loving one another, simply being Jews together and enjoying Shabbat together. And I think that's something that really speaks deeply to me, and something that I think we really could apply today during the current situation going on here in Israel.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Gary, for those powerful words, and thank you for serving and protecting our Jewish brothers and sisters in our Holy Land. It's important that we realize how every small positive mitzvah that we do creates an incredible amount of good in the world. And the Lubavitch Rebbe taught us this lesson, and I encourage each and every one of you to take a few coins and place them in a charity box, fulfilling the mitzvah of tzedakah. This seemingly small deed brings so much good into the world. At this point, we are joined by a large contingent of teens from Argentina. And I wanted to welcome one of the CTeens from Argentina, Tommy Galante.
Hola, soy Tommy Galante de CTeen de Argentina. Primero que nada quiero agradecer por esta gran oportunidad que me están dando para poder expresar algo de lo que sentimos acá desde Argentina. Y digo algo porque no creo que me alcance este mensaje como para poder expresar todo lo que sentimos acá. Sepan que es realmente admirable lo que hacen día y día por el Estado de Israel. Sepan que también es realmente admirable nuestra unión como pueblo, que por más de que estamos pasando situaciones difíciles, estamos unidos. Y también sepan que estamos leyendo Teilim, que estamos pidiendo por la paz en Israel, por ustedes, que tienen a muchísimas personas acá en Argentina y en el mundo, que las está siguiendo, que sigan adelante y que ya pronto reinará la paz en todo Am Israel.
Thank you, Tommy. I don't understand Spanish, and I'm sure there are some that don't understand Spanish as well, so I'm going to just briefly translate what Tommy said. He said, first of all, I want to thank everyone for this opportunity to express what we feel from Argentina. We are very proud what the soldiers do every day for the state of Israel. It is admirable, the achdus that we have, that even that we are going through a hard situation, we are together. We are reading Tehillim for Israel. We are with you, and very soon is going to be only peace in Am Yisrael. We now go back to our Holy Land, Israel, and we will hear from Mali Jakovsky. Mali helped pioneer the Skokie chapter and served as a leader to Skokie CTeen for 4 years. Please welcome Mali Jakovsky.
Hi, CTeen. This is Molly, and I've been in Israel for about a month and a half now, but it's this past week that I remember most. Gunshots and stabbings, cars running over Jews, and this is all within 1 week. This week was also the start to my classes. I'm currently learning at a seminary in Givat, Washington, which is just outside of Ashdod. Fortunately, the terror is not centered in Ashdod, but it still exists. My school, along with most seminaries in yeshiva, are on lockdown, and this is because the attacks are hitting way too close to home. By home, I mean Jerusalem. Less Jews are at the Kotel because the wall, which Jews feel the most strongest connection to Hashem, is now being threatened and filled with fear. I'm going to read something that the Rabbi said that kind of applies to the situation. So, darkness, no matter how ominous and intimidating, it is not a thing or a force. It's merely the absence of light. The same is true of good and evil. Evil is not a thing or force. It is merely the absence of good. A person doesn't need to defeat the evil in the world. One only needs to bring to light the good. In Israel, when the bad happens, We don't pick up a weapon. What we do is more mitzvot. We do better. Flood the world with light to end the darkness. I'm hoping to start a Tehillim group at least once a week at my school to help remove fear and helplessness and turn it toward action. You can also start off by adding an extra prayer for our soldiers fighting for Israel's safety, or even by lighting Shabbat candles and having our brothers and sisters in mind. If we focus on increasing our mitzvot, Israel will continue to stand proud.
Thank you so much, Molly. Stay safe and continue inspiring all of those around you. We now have the opportunity to be joined by Rabbi Moshe Rappaport, a beloved rabbi to the CTeen family. He headed up the CTeen Extreme Boys Camp this summer, and he's the director of CTeen Mequon. Please welcome Rabbi Moshe Rappaport.
Hello. So we have now gathered around the world over 1,000 teens that have spent the last 15 minutes listening, saying some Tehillim, giving charity, and creating an energy force that is unprecedented. Now we have a chance and an obligation to take this energy, take this power, take this moment, and translate it into action. Each one of us, each one of the teens, in every CTeen chapter, wherever you may be around the world, take a moment and ask yourself and tell yourself what you can do to make a difference. Think about it. The soldiers who are protecting our people in Israel are not 35-year-olds. They're 18, 19-year-olds. They're just about your age. And they're doing their job by standing with a weapon in hand and protecting our people. We have to do our job. We have to take our weapon. As Rabbi Kotlarski said, it's not a gun. It can be a Shabbos candle, a pair of tefillin, a few coins that we put into a charity box. It could be a chapter of Tehillim that we say. So make a resolution now. Take this energy that was generated tonight, and it actually makes a difference. Just like if someone has a severe injury or a problem medically, taking a shot in the leg or the arm could help the entire body. The same exact thing when one young teenager in Argentina or in England or in New York or in Chicago puts on tefillin, it makes a difference. So make a resolution now that if you haven't lit Shabbos candles, you will start lighting Shabbos candles on Friday night. If you light Shabbos candles, maybe ask and tell a friend who can do the same. Putting on tefillin every weekday. Take the few minutes, put on tefillin, say the Shema. Put a few coins in the charity box and try and say a prayer every single day. This will make a difference, and may Hashem protect our brothers and sisters in Israel and give us true and lasting peace, which will usher in eventually the King of Mashiach.
Thank you so much, Rabbi Rappaport. My dear friends, brothers and sisters, we have a special treat for you today. We are now going live to an IDF base in Eretz Yisrael, where we will be joining a brigade of soldiers singing. Even though it's late at night, we sing and dance in unity together with them, as we are one family, one nation together. Am Yisrael Chai. Please join and sing along. I'm sorry. Thank you. And thank you to all of those that made tonight's call possible. CTeen headquarters, of course, Rabbi Moshe Kotlarski, Rabbi Mendy Kotlarski, Rabbi Mendel Pearlstein, Rabbi Shimon and Leah Rifkin, my dear brother-in-law, Rabbi David Weinbaum, our pre-program music by DJ Mass G, and most important of all, the teens, and the rabbis who came out and gave of their time for Eretz Yisrael. Don't forget to log on to www.cteen.com/mitzvah. Good night. Good morning for me. Am Yisrael Chai. Thank you.